Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Happy fall. As you can see in the background, we're getting everything ready for, this spooky season. So today's video, I wanted to do a whole video about my very first product that I came out with, which is my aesthetic registered nurse content calendar. And honestly, anyone in this field can use it. Anyone who is trying to grow their Instagram presence can use my content calendar. But I realized when I put the content calendar up for sale, some of you guys have questions about what a content calendar is and basically how it could benefit you. So today's video is going to be all about my content calendar and what it's going to do for you in terms of Instagram, social media, and then how that translates over to like your practice and your patient base. So without further ado, let's dive into it. Okay, so first things first, what is a content calendar? So a content calendar is basically a calendar that you can use to plan out your social media posts. So another word for it, I think I learned when I was making it, is like an editorial calendar. So basically bloggers, anyone on social media can use a content calendar in order to plan their output, or like what posts they're gonna come up with. And basically it gives you a breakdown day by day of what content to put out. So for example, my content calendar is 30 days. So I took into account that we not only have an Instagram feed, but we have Instagram stories / reels nowadays. So what I did is I came up with 30 days worth of reusable content for you guys to use. So for example, day one, I'll give you an example of what to post on your Instagram feed and what to post on your Instagram story / reel, and why to post it and how that translates over to how that'll get you more patients in the long run. And I do that for you guys for 30 days. So another question I get asked a lot about my content calendar is, what do I do after the 30 days? So that's a great question. So my content calendar, even though I give you guys ideas for content for 30 days, that doesn't mean after 30 days it's useless. With my aesthetic content calendar, I give you guys ideas to post for 30 days, and then in the next month you can use that content calendar idea again and just think of different examples. So for example, let's say day one, right? I talk about on your Instagram feed how you can talk about your favorite AM skincare product. Next month on day one, you would write about your favorite PM skin product. The following month on day one, you would write about your favorite summertime skincare product, and so on and so on and so on. I mean, the whole content calendar is recyclable. So I came up with 30 days worth of reusable content for you guys, and all you gotta do is kind of tap into your noggin a little bit and think about, okay, how can I make this work next month? I mean, the ideas are endless, especially in our field, right? There's so much we can talk about when it comes to skincare. This is also true for like a lot of the educational posts. So you'll notice on my content calendar, I talk a lot about education because I think it's so important. So I talk about why you should educate on this particular topic for a patient and how that's gonna help, what that's gonna do for you in return when it comes to other potential patients seeing your content or your Instagram story or your Instagram feed. So who can use this content calendar? Pretty much anyone. I named it the Aesthetic Registered Nurse Content Calendar, but really anyone in the aesthetic field can use this content calendar. So if you are a social media manager, if you are managing it yourself, kind of like how I'm doing, if you are a physician assistant, a nurse practitioner, if you are a nursing student, or like someone barely starting off in the field of aesthetic registered nursing, if you're starting off and you have no content, I give you tips for what to post in those scenarios as well. You don't need to just post before and afters. And I don't want to give away too many spoilers, but in my content calendar, I give you guys examples. So one quick thing I'll say is like, okay, you can post a before and after. And if you don't have a before and after, this is what you can post. So really, it's very user-friendly for those of you who are still very new in this field and trying to grow. So I really put thought into that when I was making this content calendar, because I wanted everyone to be able to use it. And I wanted it to be very inclusive, not only for people who have been in this field, 5+ years, but for those of you guys who are very fresh in this field and maybe don't have a solid portfolio yet, this is really aimed at making you guys grow, and that means everyone, newbie to an experienced injector. So anyone can use this content calendar. Also, if you're, let's say, trying to get into this field and you're a nursing student or someone fresh out of nursing school and you're going to take your board exams, this content calendar is going to give you an edge over anyone else trying to get into this field, because you're going to have content to post whether you know it or not. And the content calendar, like I said, it does a really good job of like telling you guys, like, okay, if there is no before and after for you to post, this is what you should post and this is how you should word it, because you guys are going to get that job, and you do not want to start working on your Instagram the minute you get a job. You want to start working on your Instagram before, because not only for potential patients, but when you go to that job interview, you can tell them, I do have an Instagram, and let's say you're just starting out, I don't have before and afters, but I do have a quality Instagram content base, and you can show it to them. And that can be another great addition to your pitch for yourself, because you're going to be selling yourself when you go to these interviews. So if you're someone who's just starting out, or if you're like a nursing student, you want to get a head start on working on your Instagram, because when you get that interview, and you will get that interview because I said so, you're gonna go there. You're gonna have a kick-ass resume, because you know I already helped you with that. You're gonna show up, you're gonna stand out because you're gonna look presentable, and then you're gonna come up to them and say, hey, this is my Instagram. They're gonna open up your Instagram, or even if they don't tell you, I promise you they're gonna open up your Instagram. It's just what it is. They're gonna open up your Instagram and see like, okay, this person's not even in this field, and look at the quality of content they're putting out. Can you imagine if we trained them, or if they started working here, what they could do? This is what they did on their own. And look at imagine what they can do if we fostered and nourished that a little bit. So anyone can use this content calendar, you guys. You just have to know how to spin it, and I help you guys do that. I'm doing everything so you guys can have these tools, so you guys can get into this field, because it's so doable. And I don't want to say it's easy, but if you put in the work, the cars just fall into place. And I've gotten so many DMs by people who are like, Janet, finally I got the interview, or I got 2 interviews. And it's like, yes, it's all paying off, and the work you guys put in is going to reflect, and this is part of it, your social media. Okay, so what can the content calendar do for you? So the content calendar that I have created is meant to do a few things. Number one, we all know how hard social media can be. So the content calendar is made to increase your presence on social media, and then doing so, you're gonna see a lot more potential patients, and the hope is that it's going to transfer over into patients that come into your office. And they're gonna do so because when you put out quality content, and when you put out thoughtful content like I've laid out for you guys in my content calendar, people are gonna be drawn to that. Potential patients are going to be drawn to that. So they're gonna see that you're an informed person, you're an educated person, you're a thoughtful person when it comes to posting. And also I'm gonna get you guys to show a little bit of your personal side, you know? And I think this way, with the content calendar, each day you're gonna be posting. And when you post, like I said, it's gonna be very thought out posts. And when a potential patient sees that, they're gonna connect with you on a much stronger level than if you just kind of go and put like a half post together. Content calendar is going to be made to not only increase your followers on Instagram, but you want quality followers, you want quality subscribers. So it's going to increase your following, but for a very specific niche, and that's going to transfer over into potential patients. Also, if you work at an office, and I mean, I've heard this on the phone countless times. So someone will call, a potential patient will call and say, oh, I want to see, I want to come in for this treatment. And then they'll be like, oh, okay, well, let's say Nurse Janet is available. And they're like, I've never heard of Nurse Janet. Do you guys have her Instagram handle? Potential patients don't ask for resumes. They don't ask for websites anymore. I used to have a lookbook. They don't ask for lookbooks much unless they're in office. Potential patients ask for your Instagram. That is like your resume for them. So imagine they've never heard of you, And the only impression you get to make is through your social media. And you guys, I know it sucks, but that's just the world we live in nowadays. You could be the most talented injector, but patients are asking for social media Instagram handles. So imagine that patient calls and then they go on your social media and they see that, okay, this person may not have, 50,000+ followers, but their educational posts show me that they're thoughtful and that they know what they're doing. And then they see a personal side to you and they're like, oh wow, she has this kind of a dog, I have this kind of a dog too. Or they connect with you on some level. But you need to put effort into your social media in order to have that connection happen and for the patient to walk in and trust you. So the social media, the Instagram content calendar is going to be great for you guys in order to kind of grow your following, but also turn that following into potential patients for life. So lastly, what I really wanted to talk about is why I came up with this content calendar. This content calendar is my labor of love. I worked on it for probably over a month, long nights, and it seems so simple, but I wanted to make it very diverse so you guys have different content to post, and I wanted to make it also very practical so you guys can use it for years and years to come. So when I started out in this field, Instagram was much easier. You could just find that perfect day and time to post and your followers would skyrocket. Over the years, Instagram has become a little bit more difficult to work with, and I get it, it's so hard. So it broke my heart when I would talk to people and they'd say like, Janet, you have, over 20,000 followers and I barely have like 1,000 or 2,000. And I'm never gonna reach that, and I don't know, and it's just a bunch of question marks in their head, and it broke my heart. So I thought, when I was thinking of what product to create for you guys, I was thinking, okay, where is there a need? Where do I feel like people are struggling the most? That doesn't have to do with technical skill, because I can teach you guys technical skill down the line, but where is there a need outside of that? And the first thing that came to my head, because I've struggled with this, is social media. Social media is a gift and a curse. But when I was thinking of a product, I was thinking of how can I help people better enter into this field and be more confident and maybe not feel like they're less than because they don't have, 10, 20, 30, 40,000 followers. And part of that was if I gave you guys a tool, if I created a tool for you guys to really strengthen your social media and really see a return from that, with potential patients coming in and saying, oh, I found you on social media, or I looked you up on social media. If I gave you guys a tool, if I worked on a tool for you guys that's gonna strengthen your social media, I thought that would be a great idea for you guys. I want you guys to know what works on social media and what doesn't. I've been on social media for so many years. I've been through all the algorithms. I know now, after many years, what works and what doesn't on social media. What worked 5 years ago doesn't work now. So I really wanted to come out with this content calendar to help you guys really think of what you guys are posting and yeah, you're gonna grow your Instagram following, but besides that, I want you guys to know that because of the content you guys are putting out, patients are wanting you guys, patients are booking with you guys, and patients feel confident when they come in and see you guys simply because your online resume, your Instagram social media has quality content. And that's why I came out with the content calendar. That's why I created it. Every single day is made with thought behind it, and I give you guys a new way of thinking, and that's why this content calendar is going to be something you can use for months and months and years on end, because I don't just say day one, post a before and after. I say day one, post a before and after of this and talk about this and then relate it back to this. So I really give you guys a different way of thinking. You don't know it. I'm like brainwashing your brains to be like a little social media guru. And that's why I think this content calendar is great. And I really wanted to make something personalized for you guys. And I use the content calendar, probably less now. I mean, I'm so busy at work, but I use the content calendar and I love it. And sometimes when I'm stuck and I don't know what to post, I just open up my content calendar. Okay, you guys, that is the video. So this video was all about my content calendar. You guys are gonna love it. I hope you guys, reach out to me. Let me know how much you guys love it. And I'm gonna link it right down below for you guys. I'm gonna link the resume help, the Amazon books, the usual. you know, I'm always here for you guys to help you guys learn and help you guys grow. And I really hope that when you guys purchase this content calendar, you guys see that it is such a labor of love for you guys. And it's a labor of love because I think this is going to be a big step in growing your patient base and starting out in this field. And not only that, but like if you're not in this field and you're trying to get into this field, if you're a nursing student, I think it's going to set you apart from the rest because you're going to have such a big head start when you land these interviews and when people are looking for an aesthetic nurse or an aesthetic nurse practitioner or an aesthetic PA. People are this is gonna set you apart. So I love you guys. Thank you guys for watching. As always, subscribe and comment below, and I'll see you guys next time.